What's up, guys? Beanster's palms here. Right here I have my Mediterranean palm and my queen right here. I'm going to start probably taking these out within the next 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how the weather is. This will be considered like a pre-spring update. And the last video I said it had a spear pool, which it did. I can't tell if the new spear's coming out, or if it's still if it's going to take some time for it to create a new spear. But some of the fronds are still really green and healthy. This one has minor burning. It got this way due to it being cold, but you can still see some of the leaves are kind of closed. This one will probably die. It's still green, it's still good, but it's not like this one, the way this is the normal way they should be, or like this one. But I've cut off about 2 more leaves on them, 2 more fronds. This one's kind of broken in half. This one as well, but some of the trunks too, the other trunks, I don't know if they'll pull through. They look pretty dead. I kind of regret not pulling it in sooner, but I wanted to see if this would be as cold hardy as I thought it was, because usually it's supposedly a really cold hardy palm, kind of like the windmill palms, the Trachycarpus fortunae. This one, it's a little green, might have some hope there for it. My queen right here, as you can see, it's not doing the greatest. I really don't know if it's opening a new frond or if it's just dead. It's really drying out. You could just hear by the way the frond is, but there is no spear pull on this. It's the only one left. I've cut off everything else. I don't know why it got this way. I had it in the dark for a while and I moved it to the sun, bright sunny area, but it's just not doing good. And in fact, I'll take it out since now, just to give it some sun. It's pretty nice out there today. Pretty nice warm day. Oh yeah, it's a really nice warm day today. Move it against the nice heated wall. Get some sun going towards it. But yeah, I mean, it's still green. It's surviving, I guess. Not the way it should. Some of the tips of these are kind of yellowish. I don't see another spear yet, so I think right now for this one I'm gonna have to take it in and out every day. This next whole week is supposedly gonna be really warm. Right here I have my windmill palm, Trachycarpus fortunae. This thing, I've left it out. I think the coldest night we got to was maybe 17. I doubt even 15 Fahrenheit. But it's doing really good. The fronds are still green and pushing out more. I probably need to repot this next, probably by the beginning of summer. I've replaced some of the dirt to it for it, but it's still going on strong. I've had this thing about maybe 1.5 years or so. It's pushing out a new frond now too. I don't know if they're female or male. I don't know what gender, but if they ever start producing seed, I will know. This one is more early morning sun, and it doesn't really get any shade in the evening because our sun sets over west over here in Albuquerque. So right here it's doing okay. It's pushed out a big frond here. It hasn't pushed out anything since it started freezing and getting cold, but you can see it's doing just fine. I figured these palms would do good, and especially if they're being sold in our nursery, so that's why I planted one, and I would like to plant that one too. But for the time being, they do like partial shade. So right here it gets a good part of the morning and noontime sun, and then right now you can see it's not getting as much now due to the wall, but it's doing good. And we'll go take a look at my Mexican fan palm. Right here is my Mexican fan palm that is outside, and it has killed off probably, looks like every one of its leaves right now, due to the cold freezing temperatures. But I do have it on a thermostatic heat cable that's buried. This is a new frond. The spear looks really green. You can see the spear is really green, but this frond here is kind of turning yellow and greenish. I haven't watered it in a while, so I should probably go give it some water now. But so far, as long as it stays green, it's beginning to warm up, so it looks like it made it through winter. We didn't even get any snow this year, sadly. And here I have my Pindo palm. It's lost about a good 3 fronds, the new spear, and growth is all dry. It's all dead growth. I don't know if it will pull through in the spring or summer, but we'll see. I wasn't really impressed with the growth throughout this last year. It's been in the ground about a year now because I planted it last February, and the growth has just been very, very slow. I don't know if I'll keep it or what I'll do with it, but if it makes it, I will just try and see what it does. If it still doesn't grow that good, I'll probably rip it out and either pot it up or something, because I'm not impressed with it. I don't know what I'll put here. I originally had a California fan palm here, but I'm thinking I'll have to put something else there because the way my yard is, it doesn't really get a whole lot of sun. So throughout the day, it gets maybe anywhere from 11:30 to, in the summer, it's probably 11:30 to maybe 6:30. And now in the winter, it's mostly in full day shade, and it's usually a lot colder up front. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that, if I'm going to get rid of it or if I'm going to plant something else. My date that I got from Phoenix that did not make it, I think it got underwatered or something because it just did not make it. Right now I'm 100% confident that it's dead, so I'll just happen to rip it out and at least I can use the dirt. I'm not too worried anyway because I have some dates that I got from Phoenix, and they are sprouting. I'm going to leave them in there for a while longer until they really start getting a leaf like this, because last time I had sprouted dates, and I got some dates from my local farmer's market, Sprouts. They were selling fresh dates in the packaging, so I got the organic kind, and they sprouted, but they all died. I guess I died due to mold or something. Here I have my blue Mexican seeds, Brujeria armata. Here's some more California fan palms. I could probably take those out since now. I have them on a heat mat here. In case anyone was wondering, this is the seedling heat mat. I got it off Amazon. I think I spent maybe 10 bucks or $13, not much. Here I have my Bismarck seeds too. Still waiting on those to pop. Hopefully they will. I got those from Phoenix as well. These blue Mexican fan palms I ordered off of Amazon as well. The dates are from Phoenix too. And I'll show you the rest. Here are my other California fan palm seedlings. These were from the seeds that I got from the tree in my other short palm vlog. You can go check that out too. These are all sprouting really good. I'll separate them later. Mainly just, I don't have the space for individual cups. These are the only other ones that I have. This one has 2 of them in there. This is my fastest growing California fan palm. It has a pretty good sized trunk on there already. Still gonna push out some more leaves soon. And this one over here, the one in the bag over there is the one I just brought in, but they're in my garage. But yeah, right here is another one. These are probably my 2 fastest growing California fan palms, and they are growing really good. You could just see how long one of them is, and we'll go on to the others. Here's my pineapple that I just started growing. I just cut the top off of the pineapple, and you can see I featured this in my other video, but you can see roots starting. These little white dots are the roots that are starting to pop through, and as long as it's green, it should be okay. A lot of this browning here is not good. It means it's not getting enough light. And with my house, I just don't have I don't have good windows because they are positioned in the wrong area, so I don't get a lot of natural sunlight in this house, only by my sink. So I definitely have to start giving it sun. But yeah, that's how that's doing. And you just cut the top off of a pineapple. You can twist it off. Pull back some of the leaves like I did. Here I just pull back some of the bottom leaves until you can see the different layers of where the original leaves were. I should probably switch the water out. I like to switch the water out about maybe once or twice a week. I'll rinse the cup. Once I get a good root system, the roots will just start growing down, and once I have a decent root system, I'll plant it in some dirt. A couple weeks later, my Canary Island date palm is pushed out pretty much, I would say, these 3 fronds right here. This one, and this one's starting to open up too. I'm kind of amazed on how good it's doing inside. Kind of being in a dark room. But yeah, here's the tag. I got it from Lowe's. I think it's a Lowe's or Home Depot. Don't hold me to that. In Phoenix. I got this in Phoenix probably about a month ago. Just a little over a month ago, I got this in Phoenix. I do really like the way the Canary Island date palms look. These aren't as soft like a date palm. They're more pokey. They're more stiff, and towards the bottom, I think they have spears, like little spikes. But that's how that's doing. It looks really good and healthy. And I try not to water them too much in the house because they're obviously not getting dried out as fast. But I do have to land up watering them maybe once every 2 weeks, I would say. At least once every 2 weeks. I have to keep the cat away too so she doesn't mess with it. And over here is the main event. My giant Mexican fan palm that I got from the roadside in Las Cruces. It had been raining down there. They got more rain than we did. It had been raining down there for probably a solid week with really good rain, and this was just planted right near, kind of right near a rocky and sandy area, so this thing just came right out. It was really, really small when I got it. You can see in my last video, I posted pictures of how it was, the size of it, of when I got it. And I mean, I just measured the trunk the other day. It's about, if you're measuring from here, to the edge of the leaf, it's a half a foot in diameter. But if you're measuring from the inside, right here, right there to right there, it's about, I think it's like 3 inches long, about 3 to 4 inches wide in diameter. These fronds, it's pushed out. This one, as you can see, they're a lot lighter than the older ones. The older ones are more stiff and dark green. This one over here is new. It's a lot bigger than normal, than these other ones. It's not out of the ordinary, but just from the fronds it had during the summer, these ones were a lot smaller than the new ones now. They're really long. I measured them to like 16 inches in length from the base of the petiole. I think they call it the hostilla right here, where the base of the frond connects to the petiole, which is the stem. But this thing's about 16 inches. This one is about 15. And then the spear that I just measured is about 20 inches long from the hostilla. Don't hold me to that either. That's just based off what I can remember. From here all the way up, it's a good 20 inches long. So pretty impressive within just the winter. I did not think it was going to have this much growth during the winter. The key is when you're growing these things, if you do happen to grow them, start them off. If you start them off from seed, start them off in a red solo cup or clear solo cup, any type of plastic cup, disposable plastic cup, and start them off with maybe half of the cup full, or maybe a quarter of the cup full, because the less dirt it has, the better, because you can start it off small and then you can take it out, add more dirt, and you can refill it as you go, just so you're not having to constantly switch pots, buy pots, upgrade them to a new pot. Because what's going to happen is you're going to have a big pot or container, but a little tiny tree in it. So eventually you're not going to be able to have the space for a big pot because the tree is going to be too small. And so I'm going to have to, plant it in the ground, or plant it in a big huge pot, or keep it in a pot as long as I can, and possibly have it look like crap because it's gonna be root bound in that pot. This thing, I've been able to even it out. I was upgrading the pot sizes. I think it went through like 3 to 4 different sizes of pots last year because it grew just so much. But now I have been keeping it in those gray pots that I showed you out there with my Trachycarpus fortunae. That was what this tree was in before. And before that, it was even in a smaller pot than that. A black, cheap, smaller pot, really small pot. I think maybe a 3-gallon pot. And this thing, I've been able to slow down the pot size growth, just because honestly I don't know what I'm gonna do when I have to repot it in a bigger pot than this. I might get 1 more year out of it as far as pot sizing goes. I mean, I don't really want a much bigger pot than this, because when the day comes that I have to replant it in the ground, I'm not going to look forward to having to dig that big of a hole to plant it in. So it's almost at its max limit of being in a pot right now. I'm going to see how far I can go without having to repot it. I know it's probably getting rooted out pretty fast, because I repotted this probably back in August. So it's definitely going to need a repotting soon. But yeah, that's how that's doing. And over here, I have my pineapple that I grew from just a regular store-bought pineapple from the store. And as you can see, it's really green. It's getting big. These things will just keep growing out and growing out really far. Once it starts getting bigger, it probably needs to be repotted soon as well. They have little spikes at the end of the pineapple, like on the end of the leaves. You can, if it will focus, I don't know if you could see those, but they have little tiny grooves at the end of the pineapple. There you can see they have little tiny teeth at the end, but eventually there will be a flower in the middle, and it will just keep growing, and you'll turn into a pineapple, and the process can just continue. Here I just have some regular household plants, nothing great, fancy, but yeah, this is how the Mexican fan palm's doing. If you guys like what you saw, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions about your palm trees, let me know. Always happy to help you guys with any questions you may have. Hope you guys liked my last video too, with the palms that I included. Some of the palms that I included from Albuquerque. I didn't include them all. There's just too many to go drive to. Eventually, if I'm in the area, I will go and shoot a little short vlog, and maybe I'll just piece them all together at different times, so I can't say when that video would come out. But if you like these palm videos, let me know. Again, if you're a local person in Albuquerque that is growing palms too, feel free to contact me. My email's in my description in my YouTube channel bio, so go check that out. Let me know if you have any questions, or if I'm growing some California palms too, so if you want to buy some, you can let me know. I have some seed too that I would be considering to sell as well. I got a lot of seed from that tree, and I had also given some away too to a local friend of mine that has been growing palms too, and I will eventually sell a little bit more of it. I want to keep some too for myself, but let me know if you like these videos. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.